Good morning / afternoon. Oh, I hurt twice. Gonna meet the stream. My bad. This is his beardness. I'm in here with slam marking since I noticed there was nobody doing the commentation. Welcome to the mentor tourney where we have Kale versus Antonio. Ooh, got some grab jumps going on here. All right. It's looking like a kind of a slow start for this seed. You know, gravity, it kind of opens up a lot of things. So every direction seems like it's in logic if it has water. Ooh, down G4. Nice and easy with gravity. Not a problem there. Ooh. Green Brinstar. Draft here into vanilla early supers. What do we have? Ooh, Fantoon. Not a way to kill him, though. No, we have Antonio going up. Oh, he was going up Red Tower. It looks like we have a reset. Ooh, unless that's... Nope, it's not logical. It can't get out. All right, now looking back over at Kale here. Looks like he's trying to do some... Find the right way here. Keeps finding heat and not a way to go yet. Antonio's reset a few times. Not having a way to get through the door on the bottom left when you come from the right makes it not logical. But he could have got bailed out and found something, but he did not. So he's heading back out. Looks like Kale found Big Pink, though. And Morph. We have a ball. Orb. Yay. Oh, and now we have Antonio finding G4, so he'll be shortly behind. Oh, we have an E-Tank, too. Oh. Powerbomb door with nothing. Okay. So now we have a tank. Some heat might be in logic to go somewhere. Kale's going to save. Antonio also just finding Fantoon. Making their way to the same directions, just a few runes behind. So once you start adding suits in, it makes things a little bit more difficult on choosing the proper direction on which to go, especially when you don't have any real items besides just the suit to traverse water. But generally, on medium seeds, you do get both suits pretty quick, which definitely makes it a little bit difficult on trying to pick a direction that you need to go. But having Morph will make things quite a bit simpler. Now they both have Morph. Antonio's also taking that save. We're going to have a soft lock here by Kale here in just a minute if he decides to go that way. Trying to weigh his options, it looks like, on the map. What he should be doing. Yeah, there we go. Maybe he's going to go up and go into the crab hole there. That looks like probably the best option. We have Antonio just farmed it to full to resave again. If I end up getting disconnected, there is a huge thunder and lightning storm going off outside. It is shaking my house, actually. But I'm safe, so things are good there. Getting a map here for Kale and Turian. So that's baby skip going into a major. What would be, in my opinion, the smart thing to do would be to leave that tank, go and do baby skip, and then come back and get that tank. But it looks like he's going to go for the tank. It's just something that like you kind of like pick up later on, but it's not always in the moment the thing that you think of. And he might not realize that that was baby skip either. Which means he'll have to be extra careful on his return. Antonio's still kind of looking to see where they want to go. Purple bug room for farming back up. All right, and here goes Kale. He's going to damage down. Doing the baby skip with no speed and no high jump at minimum makes it a little bit difficult. It is possible to do. It's just not within this skill set. It is very much higher. I think it's an insane with nothing. Got ourselves some bombs. Now we have some options. And it looks like Antonio's right there on the heels trying to get their way back up. Ooh, oh man, don't go this way. Don't do it. There we go. Realize that that is a soft lock from the looks of it. Because they do not have supers. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. They're going to still peek it and check it. There we go. To say, because they don't have supers or wave, they cannot get back through that blue gated room there because of where the gate is. They could get through it right to left, but left to right, they would not be able to get back through. And then Antonio here also going for the same E-tank right away. Oh, we got KO going to farm the fish. Trying to get a little bit of HP. He got 10. Better than being at 1, I suppose. Yeah, their minis, yeah. I don't know if Slime's able to fix that or not, but I think he fixed it. Yeah, he already did. There you go. He got it all fixed. Where it shows mini bosses for the thing, and then yeah, the mentors are blank. I was going to mentor, however, all the other mentors are currently busy, so we couldn't get a second one for them. Like almost every other mentor is mentoring another race at the moment, and or doing something else, which is fine. All right, so now we have a choice. Do we go back down to M, or do we go up? Which in this case, let's see where we're gonna go. Looks like we're going back down. Oh, don't go. Yeah, there we go. I thought he was gonna go all the way left. All right, and Antonio here is going now for the baby skip to go get their bombs. They're still pretty close. Like they're not. No one's really crazy far ahead here, so they're both roughly in the same spot. Yes, Kale is, I don't know, maybe like a minute ahead, probably. It's my first day on mentor tourney. Taps name tag. The good thing about this, right? Like there's no requirement really other than just have an idea of what you're doing and try to help people out for the things that you know. All right, there we go. Antonio now has his bombs. There we go. Slam's gonna go check the item here in Big Pink. Or not Slam. Kale. I'm mixing up the names as I'm looking at them. Got a reserve now. Reserve is good. A lot of tanks going on right now, so pretty good chance of at least some heat that they'll be going through. Probably not a huge tight run for medium logic, but having all the extra E definitely gives them a little bit more freedom. That's asking a lot. I mean, some people are comfortable in public helping other people out. Some people prefer to do stuff like that in private. I get both sides of it. Just depends on the person, right? Like you said, there's no real requirement there. Some people prefer to never talk to other people, period, which is fine too. It's all good. Okay, oh, there we go. Locked by a projectile at the top left of pink. It's the seed of no ammo. All right, Antonio has now found their way back down, and they're going to be going. Ooh, almost got pirated there. Oh no, don't hit the pirate. What are you doing? Those pirates at this amount of HP, even with a suit, I believe would still one hit. With his 40 HP, that is. Oh, we have missiles. All right. In the vanilla X-ray room there. Beeping gone. They still do 160 suitless, right? But they do have. Oh, what are you doing? Don't go this way. You know that it's a missile door, bro. Don't go that way. Come on, Antonio. There you go. Before they soft lock, they realized it, so that's good. Okay, so now that Kale though has 5 missiles, he has lots of options on where to go. And I believe Antonio will be right behind him soon with that same loadout. He'll probably be getting his reserve and E soon. Ooh, okay. So I don't believe this is in logic for medium, but maybe it is. Doing a 5 missile Fantoon. Sick. That was great. Awesome. Is that like 7? I think he's hit him 13 already, and he's doing this with 5 missiles. So that's actually it is in logic. Okay. I get so mixed up on medium specific. I do myself a lot of stuff that's harder, so it gets kind of combined. So it's hard to remember what exactly is at the lower pieces. Which is why I struggle on medium myself, but I definitely at least understand what is probably expected to a point, but there's certain things that I'm like, maybe that's too hard for it. I don't know. That could be, yeah. Which that makes sense. It's just I don't know where they've finally left medium. That was for a 5 missile. That was actually pretty clean. All right, got all of our stuff. Get ourselves a map here. And it looks like Antonio's going down for his reserve after getting filled back up. Okay, so we have some missiles. Ooh, all right. So if they go through that middle room there, they'll get another major. And that looks like that's about it right now, unless that is Varia, maybe. But I don't remember what was up top. So Varia might not be that useful. All right, here we got Antonio going up to get their missiles now. And Kale's going to save after his pretty good Fantoon there for having 5 missiles. That was, like I said, that was pretty clean. Only if you guys could hear it outside right now. Sounds like a war zone because of all the thunder and lightning. Like Kale's gonna go back up for some reason here. Oh, he doesn't recognize the room. So the room that's in here, this is the grapple tutorial room. This is the one where you actually green gate glitch. Yeah. It's okay. He'll farm back. Oh, never mind. He's not even going to farm up. He's just going to go into the middle door there. Most likely, if I were to guess. Ooh, but looking over at the other map here with those missiles, there's also a lot of things that can be obtained up top. Like another X, which that X probably is supers. And on top of that, there are some items at Mama Turtle that can be obtained too. And another E-tank in the early supers room. So those 5 missiles actually opened up a lot of the world. I'm thinking that he'll have to get this major, and then he will return back up. So going for like a good route, I think Kale right now is on the better route by grabbing this first. Now on top of that, can what boss is this? I don't remember. Yeah, okay. GT. Not gonna happen right now. So, but he did get grapple, which that's going to make the ability up here to get what is most likely supers at the top of Everest a lot easier to get. Not to mention, I believe that was BT, so also getting an objective done at the exact same time. Santoon, while it is a doable thing to get the map and probably the better option to do, it is not required for this level of difficulty, except to get the map. And in some cases, to do bowling, because sometimes bowling is required in order to progress depending on the map layout. Uh-oh, what's going on with Kale? Maybe he had a controller issue or something. Okay. Now, looking at Antonio, he sees the ability to get up there, right? Which now we have Kale coming over here because he's going to grab, probably because he has grapple, he's probably going to grab both these tanks, if I'm honest. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. Especially at this difficulty level, right? Like having a... Oh, maybe... Let's see. I'd refarm these missiles up. Yeah, there you go. That's a good choice. But... Oh, actually, well, yeah. So, like, I would go get this tank and then return. But he might just come right back in the door. Yeah, he's just going to mock. Oop. Missed the mock. It's okay. That looks better. There we go. All right, and then we have a grab jump attempt over here to try to get what, like I said earlier, is most likely supers. It could be power bombs also. But given the fact that it's a medium, and they have the ability to get a lot more other places if they had supers, I would venture to say it's probably supers. And then you have the ability to go past that and go get another major, 2 majors, I believe, if you have supers. You can get 1 for sure without, but 2 if you have it. And the reason they gave you grapple is for Mama Turtle, I believe, to... Oh, no, you don't. You could have just switched to grapple quick. It's okay. There we go. So that grab jump is done technically on the fade out, right? And you turn it off and it gives you an extra boost. He did that really close. Like, it didn't even realize he had jumped. So that was actually really good. All right. So what do we got here? Supers? Yeah, I called it. All right. So he is going to go save right here on Antonio because he doesn't want to get hit by Mama Turtle taken out. Got a nice clean BT done there. And now we have 2 ammo types, along with explosives just being bombs. So you technically could get up Mama Turtle with a bomb jump. However, pretty sure medium it's... I'm not, that could be. I'll have to look and see for the bomb jump for that one. Or if IBJ is only... It might only be in hard. I'll just double check that one too. There's some things that are in medium that I wouldn't expect to be in medium, and then there's things that are, you know, considered to be hard that I would expect to be a medium. So it's one of those things where you have to kind of make sure that you have it proper, right? Which it looks like Antonio here does not have grapple right, so he's going to end up doing the IBJ. I missed what that major was that Kale just got though. Wave, okay. Antonio is trying to do the IBJ. It is, it's kind of a difficult thing when you haven't done it a whole lot. Especially if you're playing on like a standard controller and you don't understand the down. Basically you jump while crouched and then down and bomb just below kind of the peak there a little bit by a couple squares there, and then it allows you to keep infinitely doing it as long as you tap it on time. There you go. You got it. It looks like it's just X-ray anyway. So, I mean, X-ray is good. It allows you to do some clips at this. I don't know if it allow you to break some logic probably, I guess, with this. But it'll also allow you to... Oh wow, he landed right back on trail there. Debating on if he's gonna want it, I guess. Surprised that they didn't go for the X first, but it's okay. Like I said, that gravity jump is not easy. There's another variation of doing that type of stuff that requires like a run and jump type of deal, but it's still not as easy. All right, Halo on his way out. Having supers opens up some options. Pretty much flawless pause grab jumping there. Very well executed by Kale there. All right, and so since Antonio did not grab supers earlier, they have to come back, which that's fine. Got to work at the level that you're able to do, so you make sure that you're gonna continue and not have to reset. Yeah, he's doing really well with those, to be honest. Like, that's... I don't think I hit those that cleanly. So... I think once Kale, after just watching him and whatnot, I think that once he's understanding of the logic a little bit more and practices it slightly a little bit more, he'll probably be doing some much harder seeds in the future. But seeing that Antonio is doing IBJs and still doing pretty good at it for it being medium, that's also something to kinda keep in mind too, like, he's doing really well there. Oh, trying to show off here and do a double bomb jump, yo. Kayla out here. That's something I need to practice myself. I'm really bad at the double IBJ. That was actually pretty clean for his jumps there, considering you have all the spikes above you plus the rising acid. So that was really good. Speed booster. Okay. Bold move, taking all the heat damage there. Ooh, okay. Map is there. Ooh, look at that. Doing those tactics. He has a chance of making it out of this. Oh, maybe not doing that. He's still got plenty of life to make it out. Ooh, PBs are probably right there. Oh, actually, well, yeah, because he could farm. So yeah. Oh, and Ridley's there. Trade. Both things he doesn't need to do, but there is possibly lots of progression here. Okay. Very hot, yeah. Oh! Well, that's not the way, but he got some of it back. Oh, no. Okay, this is gonna be risky. He's got to play this a little bit close to the chest here. 16 HP. He's getting close. Got to do it a little bit good here. Oh, if he can do it as clean as he did the first time on the way over. Oh. Ooh, boy. So the real tough part of this will be this last leg right here. Because you have to... Oh, he's scared. Rightfully so. Oh! No! He tried to rush it. But he got the map, so now all he has to do is just go back and get... up above that room, it looked like there was power bombs before that. So he should be able to go up there and get that X and I think another tank. And then on his return, he'll have speed, so it'll be a lot easier to get back. And then he won't have to bomb anything because he's not going to have to go all the way to the right again. So only have to go back to the left and bomb everything. But there is a lot of stuff up there to go get. He's got 2 X's that he could go get. I wouldn't necessarily go get that tank and that other X, but I guess it kind of depends on his level of comfort. Still choosing to do the grab jump with grapple, but given his ability to do it, it seems really good. Antonio is now going down. Looks like he was having some trouble with the bomb jumps, so he's going to go back down and maybe try to get an answer to go get that X, which is that grapple that he hasn't seen yet because he hasn't taken out Fantoon, I don't believe. A lot of rubber banding in this seat, it looks like. Tons of back and forth. Okay, farming up some crabs. Oh, did he kill? No, he did not kill Fantoon. As I said, like, I'm pretty sure he didn't. It's okay. He's going to see that this is not the way to go. We'll get into that nice green gate glitch room. All right, so we got more supers there. I'm guessing in green hill zone here. This is probably power bombs. Yep. Power bombs. Woohoo! We got the boomblers. So he's either going to risk it and go all the way up, or go right for speed and then go for the other major. I guess it kind of just depends on the comfort zone of where he's at with things. Because going up through wasteland like that would not be easy. That first X would be pretty easily attainable, especially with having 5 power bombs. But then at the same time, you have to farm back your power bombs, which is doable also up in this next heated room and right here. But he's got plenty of resources to make it, so that he already has a save, doesn't really care about anything else, so he's definitely going to go IBJ up here. Flawless dang near on his jump. Right, so now we're gonna, looks like just regular old bomb it here, which is surprising. I figured that they would have power bombed it, but maybe they're just trying to conserve, which is fine too. So something you can do to farm right here too is if you stand right there on the middle one, like where the enemies are coming out, just jump and fire down. You actually won't get hit by anything because the acid doesn't come that high on top of the little mound there. And then you can also sit off on the side and farm it also. There we go. Got our speed. Now we're gonna go back through. Nice little easy return trip. Antonio here is still kind of looking for where to go, what the right answer is. But they now have grapple. So I think they're going to go up and get that X now. Ooh, that hit hurts. Those Deskigas, even though they're the mini versions, they still don't feel very good. Nice little wall jump out. And we're going to head on out of this painful heat after we get a little farm here. Can't be shooting that door there, Antonio. You need a power bomb, sir. Trying to watch both screens is like a lot to try to make that a thing. Now we're going to get that other major at the top of Wreck Shift here, it looks like. Antonio will be making their way up to the top of Mount Everest for their prize of wave and supers, most likely. Which will then open their way forward to go get power bombs. Another save there for KO. He's trying to do the fancy bomb jump, or the fancy bomb thing there. It's way easy to do when you have gravity not on, but when you have gravity on, it does make it a much tighter window to try to in-air more from bomb. I think this is Shack Tool. I guess not. I couldn't remember. I just only saw the little part on the map there. So it's basement and then the bot wound, pre-bot wound or whatever right here. Which, since he has speed, this is now logical. And then high jump E. What do we got here? Spazer. Hmm. I would say that would be possible progression, but it's definitely not now because he has waves, so that kind of took place of that. The best beam, I know that's Twitch's favorite for all the people that watch. Mine is ice because I feel like ice is the most usable beam. It has so many things that you can do with it. But I understand the obsession for everybody. It makes sense. Got BT being fought here. Grapple's technically, even though it's called grapple beam, I didn't even see that major over here. It's not actually, like in that practice hack anyway, it's not considered to be a beam for some reason. It's considered more to be an item than it is to be a beam. Grapple also has some pretty cursed tech, though. You can do some teleports and some other things. Stuff that Nito and Sam and people like Lopter and NN and all of those types of people do all the time. Ooh, we have charge. Sick. So now, really, if we just had Varia, we would be in basically go mode. And we got wave acquired over here. Is it for new players? So it is, from what I understand. The idea is that this tournament is for people that are trying to get too hard tricky, right? But want to be able to still have fun and play. And right now, medium is easier for them, right? So it's a good, like a toe in the water, if you will, to kind of understand how to play and be shown and have someone kind of guide you along the way. Now, these two are kind of doing it blindly on their own. I did offer to mentor Kale, which that right there, that speed wall, by the way, definitely not within logic for medium, but definitely some cool style points if he would have got it. But we didn't have a second mentor available because everyone is busy. So some doing real life things, and then the majority of the ones that are on right now were also already mentoring everybody else. So, all right. Sorry, a little tired. I was up late. Being a dad, you get tired real quick. Okay, so, oh, interesting. So we have Antonio over here coming over here to get this X. I don't know if I saw, I might have missed it if KO came over here or not. What do we got? More soups. Okay. I mean, he could go through and get missiles, which he's going to, but what he doesn't necessarily realize is he's going to have to go through Turian hoppers. Yeah, buddy, you just entered a one-way, but you can take the hit. You're fine. You're good. Yeah. And get some farm on these Kegos. So for anyone that has never seen this before, this is called Map Rando from the 1994 original game of Super Metroid. And if you go to maprando.com and use your legally obtained backup of Super Metroid, right? You can then play for free. And it comes in all kinds of difficulties and layouts. It is a randomizer after all, but it starts off from basic, then to normal, medium, hard, expert, expert plus, extreme, extreme plus, insane, insane plus, and beyond. Once you get into the beyond settings, though, much like, the Family Guy version of Bed Bath and Beyond section being out in the middle of nothing and just randomness, that is exactly how beyond is, because you may have to do things that are not going to work the first time or the first 87 times. It might take you a few hours to do one thing, and then if you die, you have to redo it again, just because of the fact that some of those tricks are beyond a 50-50 even on success. So there's only been a few people that have done Beyond Seeds and completed them, Nito and Sam being one of them. Sam was actually the first one to complete one ever. He actually had one where he did a Beyond Desolate that Morph finding it was 30 hours in before he finally got Morph. So, and it is possible to complete the game without Morph, but it requires some very cursed tech to do so. To start playing it, but then you got to learn the game first. So what I would suggest, and I'm sure most of the community would suggest, is that, ooh, high jump boots, look at that. That's going to make life a lot better. What I would suggest for anybody starting off to play, before you, like me personally, right? Like, and you don't have to do this. Like, I don't like playing the vanilla game as much as I like playing Rando, but I have beaten the vanilla game. So I would highly suggest to anyone that's looking into getting into the randomizer, beat the vanilla game like once or twice at least, so that way you kind of understand what you're looking at and know kind of what the items do a little bit and why you're getting them and what they're for, on how to progress through just the vanilla game. And then that kind of gives you an idea of what you're supposed to do in the randomizer, at least at the lower levels. Yeah, at least once. I know that in other randomizers, like the Metroid Prime one, you have to go out of bounds and stuff to end up progressing in a lot of stuff on that one, which is definitely a lot more different than this 1994 version. There are some out of bounds things that happen in this, but that's not until you get to higher levels of difficulty. And it's not like out of bounds like that one is, where you're traveling across multiple rooms type of deal. It's a out of bounds in the sense that you're climbing from one door to another with the X-ray. To 100% the game or two, time or two, yeah. Like, even as a kid, I had beaten this game plenty, but I could never really 100% it because I didn't really know. Ooh, Varia, yo, seeds over. Just need to find our way through to our objectives now. There's still possibilities here that Antonio could catch up. Right now, they're starting to kind of figure out where they were supposed to be going. Like I said, this seed's been kind of rubber bandy, so it's all over. They'll slot do 100% gamer timer 2. Yeah, it's good advice. First time played. Randomizer could always find progression. Yeah. There's a lot of little hidden item spots. I will say the thing something that could help, and I think that you can do it this way. I'd have to go back and see. You could either have someone make a plando with the original outline and zones and everything, or you could, if there is a setting to do it on just the standard rando, to where like you just play 100% vanilla but just through their engine. I think that's possible. I'd have to confer to be sure, but that would probably be beneficial for learning also, just because the maps that are in the vanilla version and the pause menu and everything are nowhere near as good as what Map Rando has developed. Well, yeah, you can do vanilla map rando, but I'm saying, can you do it vanilla map rando where it's not rando? Well, maybe on the next this is like a 2 out of 3, so maybe we can help them on the second match. Uh-oh. They're not gonna make it this time. It's okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, certain emulators are, it's basically, you have to have one that's at a certain level of new, essentially, because the older versions of certain randomizers allow you to do some stuff that's not acceptable, I guess, is the way to kinda look at it, because there's a lot of shady stuff that you can do on older versions of the, emulators. BeastNES is kind of the new way forward. SNES 9X is also an acceptable one, but I know that SNES 9X has been having some trouble with the way that it connects with the tracker. Because the way that the tracker works, which is Emo Tracker, it uses a lot of it uses ports. So your ports that connect through it for it to track properly get kind of mad, I guess, is kind of a way to look at it. And it doesn't like to, it fights for priority, which causes the tracker to not function. Looks like we're going to be getting, ooh, full beam combo. Yo, space. So now I believe that minus screw, he pretty much has everything. That's awesome. All right, and then we have, oh, he's going to do a different graph jump. Yeah, wow. Okay. That is a good grab jump too. This one you don't have to be perfect on up to that door once you get to the second jump. Even the first one, really. Hardest grab jump in Main Street is to the top center door. It can be kind of pretty difficult, really. Just because you have to time it so well to basically barely get up there. Yeah, not a problem. Some people, like I said, some people use that. Then there's some others that use retro arc, I think it is. Yeah, the emo tracker one for SNES 9X, you have to have the NWA version. But like I said, even then, it's not a thing that's working proper right now. Doing a little reverse botch wound kill, doing a frying of botch wound from the back here. So all you need to make that happen, by the way, is you don't have to fry him per se, but to do the charge kill, which from the opposite side, the only thing you need is wave. Just charge and wave. That's it. But it is much easier when you have full beam. You could technically, not in medium, I believe. I think it's a little higher, but you can actually just kill Botchwind with only charge from that side too. You just have to line up at a certain spot and then just hit him as he comes through. It's riskier because he does a lot of damage coming back through. But all right, now we got Kale heading back up to go do the rest of his objectives, which I believe we have seen GT. And maybe Croc. I don't think we've seen Spospo though. So it's like all emulators in one, yeah. Which I've tried RetroArch, but I'm not. I didn't put a whole lot of time into it. myself play on a actual SNES. There was a short time where I went back to the emulator for moving reasons, and man, let me tell you, there's a huge difference from real console to emulator on delay. Botwin and N, yeah. But she just took care of that. GT and M. Yeah, Anachronium's right. The setting up with actual hardware is expensive. I didn't do it overnight, much like I think almost anyone else didn't do it overnight. Like even if they had like an actual system sitting right next to them, the equipment that you need it's not cheap because you have to get a CRT, or in some cases you could play, if you have a modded SNES, you could play on like a HDMI type of setup. But then on top of that, you have to have a capture card. You have to have something that can up the input. In most people's cases, that's going to look like a RetroTink. And then you have to get all the wiring, and hopefully you have a computer that can end up taking all those connections as well. So it's not a flex on anybody or anything. It's just, it is expensive. So like if anyone's like, yeah, like I'd like to do that, but it's expensive, I totally get it. It definitely took me probably to where I felt comfortable spending the money, like probably like a year at the time. Full setup for just that and everything with the SNES that I have and all that stuff. Like I want to say it's like close to $1,000, if not a little bit more, than on whatever you have for your computer monitors and stuff too. Okay, so we're going up now, up into Bryn through the Key Hunter shaft, which having plasma makes this room a lot easier, and having both suits definitely makes it a lot easier. With plasma, you can phase through these guys if you do it at the right time. You just run through and shoot, and it will allow you to phase through them, or you can kill them off. Beelining for the map like you should be, so that's good. You want to always, if you can, you always want to try to go for the map so you're not wasting time. Be able to get to whatever bosses that you need to be able to get to, or progression that might be in that zone. Antonio here got supers, which is good. But he's also trying to go get speed. I don't think he realizes the speed over there yet because he hasn't gotten over there. But also trying to go get themselves power bombs so that they also don't know that's above yet because they had the map, I believe. Because I think they died on the way back here last time. Unless they've already made it through my rambling of back and forth here. It's a lot for some text on one frame. There are things that are considered to be double frame perfect, and in some other cases, there are some things that are considered to be, oh, here's Croc, sub-pixel perfect. So incredibly tight on ability to land certain tricks. You just saw him use a missile first. That's because no matter what, he opens his mouth twice in the first couple seconds, and after that, he just full beamed him, and he's just going to back up because he got hit with full beam. Because you wouldn't have full beam in the vanilla game at this point. I mean, you could, but most likely you wouldn't. That's why you want to go set it before training. So some people do really well with the emulator, and that's fine. But when you're playing with the emulator, you have a delay. But it's one of those things. If you've been playing with the delay the entire time and that's all that you're used to, it won't really matter for you. You won't notice the delay. BSNES has much less of a delay, but you won't really notice it. The only time that you will notice is if you switch to an actual hardware setup. Looks like Antonio here is trying to do the wall jump to get up, which having a little bit of trouble. If you do, basically, because if you don't have high jump boots, ooh, almost had it. If you don't have high jump boots or ice, this is how you would get up to that other door. But you have to battle against the bug and wall jump twice. So if you're not comfortable with wall jumps, then this is definitely not an easy task to ask of somebody. We have Kale going up Red Tower. Took out Croc, so we're 2 objectives down. He's jumping just a little bit low. And it looks like maybe they're pressing there we go. Like they were pressing one of their angle buttons. So we're gonna see if this is some heat. And it looks like they're gonna at least check the item, maybe. They did just save, right? So like they should have the HP with their loadout to at least check the item. And maybe to get out, depending on oh, well, never mind, not now. Yeah. They took too many hits right there. If they wouldn't have taken that hit and he would have supered that guy. Okay. Had some frame perfect reset pause there, I guess. When you get that blackout screen that's like a frame perfect pause, like on certain spots to where it makes the whole screen black out, and the only way to get it to come back is by pausing. I'm old. If I train the muscle memory on emulator, once I switch, I don't think I can carry over much of it. You can. It becomes like I did it, right? I did that. I started off on an emulator and then I switched. You can do it. It's just it'll take just a little bit to figure it out. I'm 39, so I mean I'm not exactly young. Okay, we got our third objective being done here. If he lands the shot inside of Spo instead of hitting the side, it'll one-shot him. There we go. Got him. And then he knows where GT is. I think he knows where Brain is, but he might have forgotten where all that is. He doesn't really need to do anything else except for go back to do GT and get to Brain in the ship, and then he's done. 39 is the new 18. Well, when you have 20 years of military experience with that, your body says no. Yo, nice short charge. Going back to B. Now he like it looks like maybe he already knows where GT is. Like I know we saw him, but maybe he just remembers exactly where he is. The mind is young. Ah, okay. I mean, you know, you gotta play excuse me. You gotta play a lot of games and keep your mind active, right? Where was GT? I think GT was an M. I think you said that earlier. So he's got to go back to M. Yeah. True bullet catcher. Accurate, yes. I also get out of bed and then I'm like, I can't move. My back hurts. That happened, I think, at like age 30-ish or so. Like you just wake up, go to move, you're like, I can't, it hurts. Everything's locked. And you didn't do anything other than just wake up and try to get out of bed. So you did that when you were 14. You did that from the age of 6, so I'm okay. Wow. That's a tough, long life there. Age of 6. All right, so Antonio is now making their way towards kind of the same path here, just at a little bit of a delayed rate here. The seed was the beginning of it was definitely very back and forth. So now it looks like Kale here is making their way back down. You pulled your shoulder sleeping. Yeah, see now that right there. That's the true situation that's happening. Fantoon being fought here. He's gonna look to see if there's actually anything worth his time here, which we already know there's kind of not, except for Mother Brain and GT. But given Antonio's loadout, he's not gonna be able to do GT at this point. This is a very, very spread map, so Kale is now making their way all the way back to Meridia. And they'll be done here shortly, but they got to get through GT first, which with their full beam combo on both suits will be a free fight. Fantoon's going down slowly, but we're getting there. Not a bad fight overall, though. Not at any risk of dying, so that's good. Just having happened what I have happen sometimes. The iframes make it where you can't actually shoot the eye, which is kind of unfortunate. Here you know the answer. You'll be 42. Oh, so that means that you know everything because you're 42. Is that what we're getting at here? I mean, that could be. Who knows? Maybe, you have that unlocked. Because like once you hit like, was it like age 50, you get the coveted man hands. Where your hands are just so strong that you can grip and open anything. You can pretty much do that when you're younger, but then you get like the calloused version when you're older. You don't see the difference? You will eventually, man. Kale's on his way to GT right now. He's almost there. After that, it'll be a smooth sailing on Mother Brain. All things considered, just being over an hour is pretty good considering how spread the seed was and how far apart the zones are and everything else. And kind of a slow start, but after that, just kind of zooming. All right. It is about the time that I think almost everyone usually offers the escape timer coming up, right? So whatever your guesses may be of where or how long the escape may be, because we are headed to Brain and we'll be there in just a couple seconds. Chip is in Bryn, so yeah, so get your guesses in. You'll win nothing but a cool dude, you got it. Or you just, don't get it, which is fine too. Yeah, I mean, the seed was kind of all over, which is definitely fair, given that it's a medium and how far away. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna guess it's probably close to 2 minutes, if not somewhere closer to three, just because on medium it doesn't expect such tight rooms on the escape. So I'll go up there. I'll say like 245 probably. But I could be giving way too much. I don't know. 267. Okay. Of course you'd say that, Slam. Of course you would. All right, we got the brain fight going here. A medium through Main Street. Yeah, but it depends on where the ship is. If the ship's only like literally one room right there, then yeah, I could understand it being that way. All right. Let's see it. Show us the escape time. Oh, jeez. 340. Golly. Like I said, on medium, it doesn't expect you to have tight rooms. So the time is like forever. But like I said, to be fair, like, oh, he didn't. Okay, I was like, bro, it's not there. He didn't, you know, think that it was over there. So like, it's just the ship's really far, but it doesn't expect you to be perfect on movement. Now, if this was insane, that timer would probably be like a minute 30 or something. And that might be even too much. It might, hell, it might be like a minute 20. The escape timers are kind of ridiculous on insane. See, I was saying right there, you would have had to have moonfalled. If you didn't, you will not make it. And then you'd have to moonfall here again also, like right here. But since, again, this is not insane, that's not required. And he's got plenty of time to where he can make a few mistakes and continue, so. All right, Antonio here is now in Norfair looking at the options that they have. Oh, they never did get speed. Huh. Dang. He's trying to get this X. Okay. Almost up to Bryn. Oh, that was actually really good on that clip. There's a lot of majors here to go after. The thing to keep in mind about bosses is you don't really need a bunch of tanks per se, because you only, or excuse me, on mini bosses, because all you're really doing is just taking out the mini bosses. There's only one that's heated, so if you had enough, you could do a suitless GT, but it would definitely be, the logic for it in medium would probably be all tanks. I don't even know if it would be logical, period. You'd probably have to all tanks and like all beams for it to be logical in medium. Yeah, first try snail clip is really good. Okay, going up. Going up. And going probably over. Yeah, there we go. It was short, but I had to gain 50% frames to have perfect inputs to make it. Wow. Hmm. And that was on a medium, McD? He's got like forever to get to the ship still, like time-wise. And we are just about done. Looks like his official time is 1:13:17. And then Antonio still looks like, oh, let's see. They're still going, maybe. I just hasn't caught up yet. Okay. Well, I guess we'll be going to game 2. First game awarded to Kale. I'm assuming the runners will probably take a break. And then we will probably get into round 2. So stay tuned for round 2.
All right, this is game 2 from our medium upper bracket of our mentor tournament. We've got Kalemega up 1 game over Antonio. We'll get our racers synced up here.
Okay, sorry for the late entry. So I am here. I am Aussie101. Going to be talking you through this Super Metroid Mentor Tournament item draft race. That's what the runners decide to choose. This was Kalemega's choice, since Antonio picked the first seed. And we are starting with Charge Speed. Charge Speed. So Mentor Tournament, everyone seems to want Charge. If you're playing ammo finish, there's a bit of a skill check there where you can run out, so you need to collect extra items, so Charge always feels comfier. And then Speed is always good. But the very common trap with Speed is it's going to affect your jump height. And there's a tech called Can Disable Equipment that deals with that. And that's in medium. That doesn't mean everyone knows about it. But if the mentors see it, then they'll call it out for sure. So shoutouts to his Beardness for covering commentary for the first race. He was really looking to do mentoring for the first race, but no one was available. And then Wordsayer showed up. The goat of mentors, Wordsayer. And we got these mentees some mentorship. And here we are. So far we have morph bombs, missiles. Very normal looking start. Where you go from room to room, you get your items. You get your basic ammo. I find you don't normally get the early Super's missile location that fast, so it's not really ever like a common logic spot. If you're playing the higher difficulties, it's common because you do the quick drop. Kalemega doing a mock ball. With Speed Booster, you don't have to mock ball. Actually, kind of interesting seeing the two common mock ball spots. The early supers and ice shutters. We have power bombs. Antonio seems to be taking a lead. Kalemega not very far behind. Maybe a good question for the mentees after is how the races feel comparing no mentors to having mentors. I'm sure you could ask anyone who is participating in the tournament about that. But this is a back-to-back example. Let's see, what's next? We have power bombs. Power bombs are great for exploring. The tricky thing about having good exploring options is then you can do a lot and miss your single super pack somewhere. We're playing medium normal. This is the bracket stage of the tournament. So there's a hard bracket and a medium bracket. This is the medium part. We're playing medium normal. And that means there's going to be a lot more majors early on, which can delay supers. Like, it's going to give you... It's more likely to get a suit early and movement items. And that can possibly delay your super find. What are we doing here? Where go? Oh, we find the waterway energy refill. That is very power bomb expensive to check. But the good news is we have morph bombs. Yeah, item draft. That means it is boss objectives. All the modes tend to play faster than a regular suit because the objectives are a little bit easier. This one giving starting items. The logic for this pancake that Antonio's fighting, you can either powerbomb it or take a hit. I don't think it expects you to hit it with a missile and then fall. That's something that happens sometimes. Neck and neck race. Kalemega has the extra E-tank. I always like having extra E-tanks early. They help a lot with exploring. Croc bite. They start with charge. Half charge Sea Croc. Oh, wait. I jump find. Very nice. Right next to the map, even. Wonder how this came about. So Croc often has an item, but also there's a map right here. Uh-oh, Fantoon map. So Fantoon, somewhat of a tricky fight. I don't really expect that we're going to see a Fantoon fight right now. 10 missiles when he tank. Oh, he didn't see it. trying to help set up a race on SpeedGaming 3 right now. Who should have started at the same time this one did. It is between Finn and Narrowcath. A hard bracket race. Super's found. I know if you meant to use a super missile on the chute. Gets up there. Without high jump, this croc item grab is pretty deadly, so wouldn't recommend right now. After getting the health refill, you can do it. But you also need to not make a mistake in the acid. Acid is one of the hardest things to model in logic, because making a mistake does not scale the same way as every other mistake. Also, it's comical how hard it is to jump from this runway. Uh-oh. You don't need the missile. Unfortunately, Kalemega died. And that's before power bombs. All over a lousy missile. Oh, that's a cool shine spark. I'm sure that's technically in logic. Another super pack, nice. Antonio's kind of collecting good items, going through the seed well. Only on a single E-tank is the part that's still dangerous. So another croc fight. So Antonio doesn't have the E-tank, and that means I wouldn't recommend checking this item. But then also has the... Oh, doesn't have the map, right. Walked next to the map, in the room with the map, but it was Fantune map. I think Words should know that this is really risky. Words is a knowledgeable sort. But he goes through and makes tutorials on a lot of things. Been like his mission from the announcement of Mentor Tournament to just put together resources to help everyone everyone in the medium skill level range get better at the game. So the quality of the medium preset that they're playing on has gone up dramatically. Lots of logic fixes. Everyone just playing more, getting better. There's a major there. Croc escape major. That's not something you want to do on one tank either. I think you could barely do it, but not as a medium player. Yeah, I'm happy to see Kalemega collect that E-tank again. E-tanks are always very, very welcome when playing this game. That's one of the difficulties of the logic, is It's going to expect you to take an amount of damage, and therefore you need an amount of health. But realistically, you're going to make mistakes. And so having extra E-tanks is going to feel so much better. And that's kind of where, part of where challenge came from. A challenge, it doesn't have E-tanks as filler. So they come very late. And that means sometimes you have to go through the entire seed without any E-tanks at all, if you get very typically. And that was something that was happening in the start of the hard tricky seeds, race seeds, is the runners weren't getting an E-tank for like a long time. And so we had to make a setting that there was a guaranteed E-tank in the first possible location. And now everyone's happier. We get a missile. Like maybe a second E-tank is all that Antonio needs. But single E-tank Fantoon is quite difficult. It's up there with the new route speedrun. And that's not something that you learn to do fast. The expectations from runners in this tournament is that maybe you know the Fantoon spawn locations, maybe you don't. And that means you probably take a lot of damage during the fight. If you can't get that shot that breaks all the flames on the spawn, then you need significantly more health to survive. Last BB. And then also throughout the rest of the fight, you're taking a bunch more damage. So, not expecting 1 E-tank, no suit, Fantoon from anyone. 2 E-tanks is still not too likely. Because the health check is pretty high if you're taking that much damage. Yeah, the first filler E-tank. On the seed generation page, it's marked as an early filler. And that means it's going to be placed as filler before everything else, and then also guaranteed that you can return with it. Like a regular progression item. Okay, so we're getting the 2-tank Fantoon. Flames do 40 damage. That was a really nice Doppler, though. So we could see a 3-round. And then also got the Fantoon spawn. Beyond that, if you kill all the flames, then typically you'll have enough health to be fine. We saw Kale taking a ton of damage. So Kale killed a flame and then jumped into where it was a little too fast and took a hit, even though the flame was dead. And that's something that you have to get used to. Almost got hit again. Okay. Alive. The scary part is when you get below 40. Because that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to get any tanks. Any health drops back. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was really close to being a finished fight. And he was on 75, which is less than 80. So took a hit right away, and then Just didn't clear out the flames. This is back where Antonio's save was when he died. That is... No, wait. Kale died. This is the same save from earlier on Kale's side. I'm a little confused now. Antonio's been exploring and seemed to be ahead, picking up more items. But then Kale was the one who had Ice Wave and took all the lost progress. But Antonio didn't really gain anything in that time. Are we gonna get a missile check? It's impossible. The runway is always longer than you think. Leave. No. Okay, let's see if Antonio can get out of this. Missed that jump too. One more. Makes it. Acid's painful. We all know this. But if neither of them can get the Phantoon kill, then this is a blind fest. It would be extremely powerful to get this Phantoon kill. At 2 tanks, you can go for the major. I want to say it was Spring Ball. And it's not like we have a use for Spring Ball yet. But it's probably required somewhere. Yeah, Kale's just going to be collecting things for a while. Unfortunately, took that big death. So I guess we'll focus on Antonio's side. Watch him kill these Violas. Map Rando buffs the health amount you get from small energy drops from 5 to 10. And it feels like a massive change. 5 per drop is nothing, and 10 per drop means you can get a tank in like 2 farm cycles. So, can be full. Going for it? Okay, let's see it. I don't know if you want to roll through the middle or go up to the top. Oh, you need to go faster, though. Falling in lava is bad. I don't think... Well, you can do it still. No, I went too far. Do a spring ball. A little too much uncertainty in that attempt. It's a test for words. Trying to explain how to jump up to this spring ball item. But Antonio not quite getting it. So we're back at the save. This ice shutter save. The only save in the whole seed, apparently. I don't know why it keeps sounding like the sound goes out. We're on Kale's audio now? That could be it. Switching back and forth. This could be logic. Shine sparking through Fireflies. But there's also more doors to check. We have done very little in Big Pink on Antonio's side. It makes a lot of sense to go for the map first. Really though, looking at Kale's map in that moment there, where are the saves? I was playing the next round of map pool seeds and it had a similar concern of where are the saves. Ooh. So pseudo? Not too practiced with pseudo, looks like. It's where Beard yells the pseudo, pseudo, pseudo. You'll live, it's no problem. In fact, super is a great damage. Wow. I don't know how that shot hit all the flames. He was standing so far away. That's the power of the super. Phantom was enraged, but he's still 600 health less. So he gets that kill. Good job, Kale. And it can't be stressed enough how powerful this map is. We're spending so much time in Meridia this seed. So there's the double beam, spring ball, and then there's two majors up by Antonio, as well as a zone transition. I'll have to take better notes on the zone connectors next time we get a map. But I think I saw a Norfair up here top left, and I didn't notice any other connector. If that's the case, then you want to get this Fantoon kills before leaving, but you also want to do that anyway. More supers are good. Yeah, it's just Norfair over here. Does that mean you have to shine Spark out? Or wait, no, we're saying two Norfair connectors. Antonio finds another save. Oh, but this one's powered off. What a trash Meridia. Just not giving them any saves. And Antonio doesn't have the map, so he can be blinding all of these doors. But I don't think there's that much left to blind in Meridia. Practicing for the spring ball jump. You don't need to run very far for the croc escape, high jump plus speed jump. I think in that case it is 2 tiles. You want to improve your wall jumps out of the jump too. Don't want to miss that part either. Oh right, there's a Dragon here. I don't think we're going to see the Dragon kill. They could do it, because everyone's an expert at the quick kill apparently. 2 tanks is barely enough. So maybe if there was a save right next to Dragon, we could see it. But I'm going to say for now that we're not going to get the Dragon kill this pass through Meridia. Trying to get the Dragon save from the other side. guess Kale was ready. He's gonna come at Dragon from the save room side. Kale seems like more prepped for bosses, having only seen the Fantoon fight. Here, I'll throw you a link to the runners. AntonioFornaris and Kalemega. So you can give the runners a follow, watch them as they advance, progress, learn more about Map Rando. As we go deeper into this tournament, this is the first round of the bracket stage. We are in the medium side of the bracket. So the tournament has been going on for a couple of weeks now. Up till now, it was all the group stage, round robin. And we took the winners of the group stage and put them into the hard bracket. Everyone else is in the medium bracket. So we're getting more games for everyone. That's the motto. Just lots of practice. Screw attack. Now, did Antonio miss screw attack? That'd be pretty odd. But instead of Shine Sparking through Fireflies, he wanted you to use Grapple, and then Grapple through Everest. And what Antonio is doing is fine for the race. It's not a problem to leave behind Ice or Wave. And then you can leave behind Fantoon, because Dragon's also back there. So we'll see if Ice is used for anything. It might make you use some frozen enemy platforms. But with Speed Booster, you can usually get around that. Yeah, I think that's the danger. Is you leave behind Spring Ball and Ice. Kinda don't think Spring Ball's in logic in medium. Because of that much heat. The jump up is fine. It's just they only been given 2 tanks. So I don't know if that's enough to make the run. So it could be something like you have to come over here to North Fair and then go back. Yeah, so Kale. Really early on, it looked like Antonio had a faster start to the seed. But Kale was catching up very quickly. Even took a big death and then a much bigger death. And is still right behind. Sequence breaking. Yeah. Gonna recollect that super. Get a lot of health back by refilling. And we'll see if the plan is to try it again or take the other entrance. We're getting a Shine Spark. That Shine Spark equivalent to a crab hit. But you don't have to do all the platforming through West Ocean. Ship. 2 majors by the ship. There's some water. Okay, you can do all that. The sandpit item is in a bad place. And there's tanks on the right side that are kind of worth getting. So this Norfair has 2 majors that you can get, and then 1 that you can't. They would want to get Spring Ball, and even then it wouldn't be in logic. Because it is hard logic that has can play in sand. And to be able to Spring Ball jump to the sandpit right item, you'd have to jump off the sand. Like in a well-controlled way. And that's the definition of can play in sand. Yeah, for Kale's turn to blind all of Norfair. Antonio kind of went up first, didn't he? But the map is down. See if Beard tells him to go directly to map. If there's a water door below, then you'd be stuck. And you'd be kind of thinking about it, because we've seen Spring Ball. Actually, they have ice. Kale's side has ice. So if you control the crabs properly, very risky to go down without peeking. That's something that you learn after playing more map randos. Always check your down doors. So Antonio picked up the BT E-Tank. Getting this X is a great idea. And then go head over to the ship. We have T at the top. The map's a little bit linear. You have to go Meridia, Norfair, Torian. But it's not easy. You have to go through the top of Everest. Okay. Oh, I thought that connected. How do you get to the ship then? Oh, you have to go all the way back. No, map reading is a skill. Setting up for underwater wall jumps. Okay, so Kale gonna check this item. And Antonio has to make it all the way back to their save. Should probably revert. But, like, the problem with running back is it's a little bit slower, and you take the damage of going through the heat room twice. You know, spazer for both. But it's not like there's anything really deadly. If you save again, I don't think I like that. Just revert and get the tank again. Doing a wall jump to jump up through the Everest entrance. That's not going to be in medium logic. Even a simple jump through the door like that with high jump is in hard. In medium, you'd be expected to use ice and high jump to climb a crab. And then you can grapple from there. Okay. So Antonio picked up 2 other E-Tanks. BT and Speed Hall. And Kale instead went for the Green Pirate Shaft tank. And probably gets this easy speed haul tank. And is a little bit in the lead. Yeah, the ordering of the BT tank, maybe not the greatest. But as to what I said earlier about the save, if you're going to get an E-tank anyway, then you don't have to worry too much about what your health is. Looks like Kale's going for the X. Nice short charge. That is not in medium. I feel like everyone's misreading the map. Because I did it, and I'm not alone in that mistake. Now we're going to grapple over to the X for swag. No. Maybe if it wasn't a tournament race. If it was a friendly race, you'd do it. That looks like multi-stutter. That is like very high level short charge. Like expert plus level short charge there. Antonio still a few rooms ahead. Can he hold on to this lead? The gap's closing fast. Kale takes a break. Pauses for a greater break. It's giving Antonio the time he needs to stay in the lead. But a detour for a missile pack. That'll cost him some time. I hope it's worth it. There's an X here. You don't need the X. It is nice just to pick up all the items. I'd rather collect too many missiles than have the mentee be skipping missiles to save a second. Which is something that happens. Like, it doesn't matter if you count out how much damage you need to beat the game in ammo. You still want a little more than that. Throughout the whole seed, there's so many situations where you can save a little bit of time in a room just by having more ammo. And we are still technically early in the seed. This is the second zone. Warfare. Watch out, there's lava. This Maglodite room is pretty tough to get through. An expert, you have to be an expert at it. It expects you to do that on nothing and gain health by the end. Kale in the lava. Did get a drop, makes it through. A lot closer on Kale's side. Antonio went for the extra health and I think had the refill too. Once you get to the ship, you have a save, so things are usually gonna just go better here. And then this upper item is a major 2, I believe. Oh, nice. Speedrun jump. Gravity suit. Well, if we do a quick count of the remaining majors, there's Plasma and Varia. Antonio going to save time, both by having Space Jump and by not having killed Phantoon. So I saw Kale lower the platform and then do a spin jump off of it. And that is in basic, maybe, if you have Gravity Suit. It made me think of that. I've never seen anyone do it. Especially because if you have Gravity, you would wall jump. But it's just a little funny to see. The order of these majors is a little interesting, actually. You get Gravity to run through the lava, or you get Space Jump to just jump over the water platforms. So 20 supers on the left, 15 on the right. We're going to get the Sand Pit Major next. Gravity's the only thing that puts it in logic. And that makes it... I don't think Gravity alone, but it's possible. Overshot it. It depends how you jump out of the sand. Gravity plus Space Jump definitely does. But if the logic is Gravity into Varia, like one item into next item, then I would expect Varia to be here. Okay. So we know that the best thing to do is to go back to Meridia for both of them. But Antonio doesn't have like the full Meridia information to know that. So I wonder what their team's thoughts are. On the one hand, Phantoon's there, and you need to kill it. You know you can get the map. But then on the other, you've blinded almost all of Meridia. Let's see. If T is up here... I think that you like reason out that Meridia is isolated. Because you're seeing Norfair and Torian right now. Oh no, wait. Brinstar. Brinstar comes between Meridia and Torian. And we're tied. Kale just up a boss kill. Kale with the boss kill, Antonio with the super. So where's this Brinstar? That's fair too. Mother Brain is at the juncture where you decide between Torian or Meridia. And looking at it that way, Antonio has the relevant information of Dragon plus Phantoon. So either way, you try to turn around as soon as you find Kraid and Ridley. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. Then the only difference is the Ice Beam, Wave Beam knowledge. Wave Beam is going to be really strong damage. Like once we find Plasma. And then Ice Beam is oftentimes a Zeb skip. But not guaranteed. Depends if the runner practice it or not. Shine Sparking, well, trying to throw me off with that Shine Spark. You can either shine spark up and go through the top door, or to the top right and go to the top right door. Yeah. No, I like this a lot for Antonio. Gonna pick up 2 beams. And then chat pointed out that it's not actually that much better to go to Meridia right now for Kale. Because you don't want to get the spring ball. It's not going to save back the time it takes to pick it up. And you can do Dragon later. Doing Dragon now just puts the skill check on your grapple kill. Whereas if you come back later, you can probably do a microwave kill. It's also just nice to clean it up and not have to think about Meridia at all. Because you do have to like keep in your mental memory how to cross these rooms and which rooms to go through. So if you can just forget all of that by finishing it off now, then all the better. Now we get to look at these Dragon kills. Antonio should definitely go for Fantoon first. You know, get the map, see what information that tells you. You could put off Fantoon if you were expecting to gain resources from a Fantoon kill. That's a concept that comes up. Like if you use a bunch of supers in the Dragon fight, then you can farm back supers on Fantoon off of boss drops. For Spark, very good. If you're going to do grapple kill, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing damage kill, then very important. Excellent. Yeah. It's like it's in the requirements to play map rando. Everyone just decided on their own. You have to perfect your quick kill on Dragon. It doesn't look like he's breaking free. So this will be the upper turret grab. And upper turret is in medium, I think. Good stuff. So that is one more Dragon kill for each of them. Kale's out of here. Antonio going to get that Fantoon. At 5 tank, 1 suit, Fantoon's gonna be no problem. I think even with everyone knowing the quick Dragon grapple kill, Fantoon still has the higher requirements. Where does this path go? Just a shortcut, okay. This ice shutter room we've been to many times before, but it wasn't filled in on the map. Okay, so Kale's out of here. Looks like doing a Shine Spark. Downside of Shine Spark is how much health it costs. Compared to Space Jump Screw Attack. It's definitely faster. Because that's why they do it in 100%. You save like 6 or 7 seconds by Shine Sparking here compared to low runway space jumps. don't think it had to be very in the sand pit. Like, it is key stairs, but you have every other major. Plus a good number of tanks. Something to point out is logic doesn't expect you to collect every miner on every step. You're supposed to skip, I don't know, a quarter of them. It's either a quarter of a third of miners you're expected to not pick up, so that you're not like, going to every corner of the map on every step just to pick up miners. E-tanks and ammo. It's mostly done for crystal flash reasons. Because if there were technically enough ammo for a crystal flash or a second crystal flash, then logic could have made you just go pick it up, no matter where it was. So there's a toggle for that now. There's plasma. You want that. Grade. And then burn stars up above. Now the rules say Brinstar is not above Torian. So we're going to see just how that curves down. The top tile of Torian is not much higher than that transition. You certainly collect the double major here for Antonio. At this point, you know it's beams. You've already seen Spring Ball. So all that's left is the 3 beams. And I think everyone in the medium bracket is going to want to pick up Charge Plasma. It simplifies a lot of things. This Crate Path, it has an X on the way. You could detour for a tank. And I think we could see that, because 4 tanks isn't that comfy for Mother Brain, or even Ridley. The only question about that is that Kalemega is playing above medium skill level. So I don't know what items he personally needs. Would have been smart to measure like their exiting Meridia time. But since I didn't think about it till now, maybe look at the Craig kill time. Just see how far apart they are. There's a lot of extra time in Meridia that Antonio has to spend. The Dragon kills weren't meaningfully slower. That's a quick kill. So 56-46. One boss to go. We've seen the ship, we've seen Mother Brain. Only looking for the Riddler. Then also, Kalemega is up a game. It's a best of 3. All the matches in the bracket stage are best of 3. There's also a double elimination portion. So, there's a lot of games in this tournament. Where this is the first round, the loser is still in the tournament. Would just use up their extra life. Then the winner goes on as per normal. Antonio is going for the gate glitch path. Well, Kalemega is going to give us a baby skip. Doesn't look like he's trying for it. Aw. Antonio just forgot. It's a big time loss to have to go around. You have to go all the way through West Ocean and then Big Pink and the Fire Fleas. Like, it takes a minute to do this loop to the other Norfair entrance. I don't know if we've decided on the rules for the bracket reset match. Have to check on that. That one is always a question of how it should be handled. Okay, Antonio. Into Torian. Torian did have the map right here. So that was nice. Nice fast Torian. Did Kale really take the other Torian entrance and have a better time of it? Overshot Brinstar by a little bit. No big deal. No, this looks exactly like how it looked before. So Antonio's going to see the same thing. You get Plasma. Grades over there. We scrolled the map in every direction. Take another look at Batuan. I think that's the only thing I'm wondering about is if they stop for more E-tanks. Whether it's for Ridley or for Mother Brain. Because we got everything else you could want. Some of the runners also like strongly prefer supers for Ridley compared to Beam. But I think their super count's high enough that that's not really anything to focus on. We found the climb. The climb stands out a lot more in these mentor races. Because not everyone's super practiced at the wall jump climb. Medium is where you hit the boundary between those who like grind rooms for speedrun practice and those who don't. And then climb is like infamous for being a speedrun room grind. Oh. We're not getting a crate kill. That throws off my timing system. There he is. Straight down left. Ignore Rick ship. Ignore criteria. That's the thing saving us the most time. We spent ages in Meridia. But you get to skip 2 zones. Let's see a good moonfall. Nice clean moonfall. Hit it. But did not post change. If you do it from the top platform, I'm pretty sure you have to change to aim down. Which doesn't work so great for breaking the bomb wall. Saving before Ridley. Noted. Take notes, Kale's opponents. 4 tanks, full beam, 20 supers. not confident. But let's see how this goes. I don't think that shot hit. We're getting lots of hits in. Good manip. Good manip. The pogo manip's not expected in medium. Like, officially, formally following the logic. But logic also says you have every item by now. So fight's over. Didn't have any trouble at all. Good fight. See if Antonio goes directly into Ridley. If you don't do Kraid, then that means you don't want any more items for Ridley either. Is how I'm choosing to read it. Because Ridley, Kraid has an X and a close by E tank on path. Six-minute difference, you say? Could be. Feels like about that. Kalemega kind of significantly ahead. Has the extra Kraid kill. Okay, so seeing a lot of hold the button down. Like, so you're not fumbling with all the buttons, you're just holding a couple buttons down and working from there. Getting the shots off, that's like the important part. It's fine if you like trade hits with Ridley. But if you're jumping around, like not doing damage, not progressing the fight, or dropping your charge, then that's bad. No. Textbook, medium level fight. From Antonio. Now they just have to make it back to Kraid. And then the end of the game. I don't think I saw Kale take a save. Heading down for a save? Okay. There's a save here in Rickship Shaft. You don't want to take a death and go back to before Ridley. You gotta wonder Kale's mindset too. Like, did take those two big deaths early on. But is about to enter the Mother Brain fight. It is only the one extra tank in safety, so it could easily go wrong. Yeah, not to mention that it looks like we're gonna Zeb skip. The super count's kind of low to not Zeb skip. So I sort of have to do this. Okay. I'm liking the save more and more. Okay, you're at 22 health. Plus 100. 117 health. Generally, it's all decided by the one red beam hit. whether you get hit by that or not. But if you get down to the 17s, then it could be anything that ends you. Yeah, ship's close by. You gotta do that weird, like, roundabout path. Ship. It's like a little over mid away. I'm having a hard time guessing with medium multiplier, even though it seems so close. Yeah, gets it. I'll just say a minute. Some amount of up too. Minute 40. Getting the full trip around North here. So they just need to remember the path they took earlier. Goes through Batuni tank, as always, as one does to get to the ship. And then that'll be it for the seed. Kalemega already up a game in the best of 3. And now heading into a win in the second game. Oh, shortcut. Smart. But this will be it for the series, as long as Kale can pull off this escape. It's taken a few slight wrong turns so far. So that's what the extra medium leniency is for. You just have to run the rest of it, and this will have Kalemega as your winner. Baby room. Okay, there it is. GG to Kalemega. And his mentor is Beardness. Putting up a good time. 1 hour 10:49. And then we'll figure out how to get them in here for an interview. And then right after Antonio DNFs. Just has to run to Motherbrain himself, which is not too far. So, fairly close overall. But we'll figure out the interview situation. A little bit tricky getting the mentors in here. We gotta copy the link over. But this will be it for this series between AntonioFornaris and Kalemega. There are many, many races today for the Super Metroid Mentor Tournament this Sunday. Many, many, so many. So all day today, across 4 channels, on SpeedGaming. Maybe be a bit of a break right now. I know on SpeedGaming 3 it started a little bit late, so that should still be going. But it's also a hard bracket race, and maybe those go faster. Okay, we're joined by Kale and his Beardness, the winners.
Hello.
GG.
GG's. waiting
Still out here killing it.
for the others.
Yeah. Riz is ready, but waiting out for Antonio.
Also, it looks like maybe they were on the way to Brain.
Yeah. They did Kraid last and like had Kraid down while you're in the escape. So not far behind at all.
That early game for them was, I don't know how it was for him, but like that early game was kind of rough.
Yeah. You came out a little better in the early game. So it was rough for everyone.
Yeah,
Couple-
I don't know. I was locked in that first race. I was focused. I was keeping track of stuff, and then this race, I was like, save. Why would I do that? Why would I resave after grabbing items? You know,
Here we are.
there's a likelihood I die.
Welcome in, Antonio.
What's cooking?
Hello. GG's.
Hello.
GG's. Kale.
I see we both have the exact same tracker. Nice. Everything but spring ball. Just avoid that like the plague.
Did you guys get to see my special Dragon technique?
Yeah, logical Dragon.
What's going on?
So he didn't get we got the goop where you have to grapple on the right side, right? And he missed the early one, but he just stayed with it. And he does a diagonal down to hit the top right turret, which is something I've never seen anyone else do, but I've seen him do it twice now. It's crazy, and it shocks me every time that it works.
Take a walk on the wild side, man.
Well, I remember before, I think it was one of the hard tricky tournaments where Nito was in it, and it logically wanted them to use the exposed turret with no ammo on the top left.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It, like nobody knew. Like they actually, I think they ended that seed and no one finished it. Like it was
That's
just
crazy.
that dumb.
Crazy.
How do you know?
It's never. I've never seen it come up until that seed.
That's funny because that's a seed where I probably could beat Nito, like even back then, because I think for the longest time I didn't know you could kill the turrets, so that's how I did it for a while.
I think Nito was the only one that actually had figured it out versus the other person he was racing against, and even then it still took a while, like to even notice that.
Yeah,
So.
Nito had to forfeit that race.
Did it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I thought. Well, yeah, but I thought it was like a mutually agreed. Like they were just like, this is kind of stupid for a race seed.
No, he didn't know.
Oh, I thought he did. Maybe he didn't. I just remember it coming up, so I guess not.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, right at the start of the game, I haven't done. I think it was my first time doing like an item draft seed like this, so I didn't realize I made the seed and I selected speed and charge.
Yeah.
And at the very start, I was like, "Man, what are we supposed to do? I don't have any items."
Speed came in handy. Did you do Fantoon first?
Yeah, I died to Fantoon my first.
Man, yeah, I played it safe.
Yeah, we went to Norfair first and got suits and everything, and then all the bosses were free after that.
If he would have, if he and I both the first time he was fighting Fantoon would have remembered that he had charge, he probably wouldn't have died the first time. But the second time, he angered Fantoon, and I was like, charge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I accidentally enraged. I don't know what happened, man. It just my finger slipped, or something. Super came out instead of a missile, and I was like, well, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the lingering flame hitboxes. Gotcha.
Yeah, like he had killed the flame, it seemed like, and he still died from it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yep.
Those flames.
Fantoon flames are weird.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yo, GG's, Kale. Awesome. Great to race you. Good luck on the rest of your races, man.
All right, Hey, appreciate it. I'll definitely watch the VOD back and see what you were cooking.
Oh, I was cooking soup, man. Noodle
Hey, we
soup.
were on our way to Mother Brain. We
I
were
will
on our
say-
way to Mother Brain.
It's
will say that
slow
first-
cooking.
that first seed, because like I was watching you both because I was commentating that one. You both struggled drastically in the first
Yeah.
one at the beginning.
Oh my god.
But you were close to finding your progression on the first one.
Yeah.
Right after that, like where you failed the bomb jump to get through, that was the gauntlet room that had speed in it with the red bugs
Right.
and everything.
Yeah.
And then above you, before that gauntlet, before the that other room with the red bugs and the little seahorse guys in there, your power bombs were up through there.
Oh my lord. Yeah. I was struggling with my bomb jumping today. And I was breaking spin all the time. Oh dear. Yeah.
Well, Kale was out here busting out like some stuff that I was just like, huh? Like you're doing double bomb jumps? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice,
I've
Kale.
been practicing. I haven't. Anyone who's like been, tuned into my streams and my like erratic streams lately, but it's like I spend like 15 minutes just in ship room trying to bomb jump all the way up,
That's great.
and
That's
it paid off. It paid off.
It's paid off, yeah, greatly.
Save,
and
save
also,
that 12 seconds. Yep.
yeah. Did you do bomb jumping on Mama Turtle?
He had grapple.
No, yeah. I had
Oh,
grapple.
you had grapple.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. I took the long route.
We skipped spring ball because he was like, I'll probably find gravity, and I was like, well, I mean, that kind of makes sense. It's a medium seed, so I guess.
His weirdness was like, oh well, you maybe should have got spring ball, and I was like, no, one of these.
Well,
is
it was because like we got to Norfair and I didn't see those two majors to the left of ship, but I saw the one in pit, and I was like, and that's why you probably need spring ball. And then he finds the freaking gravity all the way to the left ship, and I'm like, well, never mind.
Yep. I saw the one in sandpit. I'm like, I feel like the spring ball jump isn't hard for that one because you're doing it out of sand.
Right.
Yeah. But I
Sand
saw the
is
ones at
hard.
ship and like, oh, spring ball gets you back up Cack Alley. So that's probably our progression over there, is how I read that.
Nah, there's ways up Cat Alley too. Either
Yeah,
Shine Spark or go above.
Yeah. After
Probably
we
not
got
go
there, I'm
above.
like, oh, Shine Spark works, but yeah. But we didn't have Varia yet, so I didn't think it was going to be Spring Ball Maze on that health.
Yeah,
It
probably
could have
not.
been.
He made it through Magdalite Tunnel with like he was down to like 5, and then he collected that
jeez.
HP right at the end. I'm like, oh god. He goes, what? It wasn't even close. I'm like, yeah. Well, not
Yeah.
close at all.
Not even close.
none of that was performative, by the way. I wasn't just, I wasn't sweating as I was like, holy smokes.
Dude, hey, thanks a lot for doing this. Thanks for the commentating and the tracking and everybody involved in the tournament. It's been such a nice experience, and also like community building as well. Because I've always been like I never like talked to any of you guys or anything. So it's kind of cool like getting to meet some of you and hopefully make friends, because I'm always like playing Metro by myself.
I will tell you, as part of this community, like, never be afraid to ask people things. Like,
Cool.
most people are more than willing to take time if they're not in the middle of a race to show you how to do something.
Yes.
Eddie will definitely show you a bunch of stuff, and he enjoys doing that a lot. If I know how to do it, I will try to show you how to do it. I know Aussie does that type of stuff too. Words is definitely all about doing that type of thing as well. Like pretty much almost anyone that's been doing it a while is willing to try to show somebody how to do something.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
absolutely.
Super Metroid community is great.
I'm a little bit shy, asking for help and stuff like that. I don't want to bother anyone, but but you guys
We're all
have
in
been
it together.
amazing. Thanks a lot. man.
Especially if someone is like streaming Super Metroid, that's usually like they're streaming it because they want to hang out and talk about the video game.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely don't be shy in like someone's Twitch stream, just in chat if they've got a spare minute. Just be like, hey, can you show me how to do this?
Yeah.
I will I will say if it is one of the bigger ones like Oats or Eddie or one of those, like as they're doing that, if they have like a bajillion people in their stream, if they ignore
True.
you, it's not because they're ignoring you necessarily. They may just not have
Ah.
noticed from the sheer volume
Yeah.
of messages going
I
through.
know, yeah,
Yep.
it's a lot. It's a lot. But Super Metroid is my favorite game, and like everybody involved on Map Rando, I thank you so much because you have made Super Metroid like to me so much fun. It's like I'm playing a new game all over again. Like the first time Super Metroid was my birthday gift in 1994 when I was 14 years old, and it's my favorite game ever since. And after the pandemic, I got into it again. I fixed an old SNES that I had and bought like an FX Pack Pro and started playing it again. And I'm not a runner or nothing close to that. I'm a fast casual player.
As are a lot of us.
but the Map Rando scene and everybody involved like have like resurrected the passion and the love for this game to me, at least, you know, playing it again in a different way. So much fun, man. So I thank you so much for all your efforts and the love.
I don't know if you know this right here, but Aussie that is in here, he is like the main guy that made the logic. So
Well, Aussie, you're the man. Thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah, that's a great story to hear.
Mhm.
Glad you enjoy it.
I'm in your depth.
like pretty much all those devs that are on that list, they all had like huge additions to how they did it. Like our Arthau, he made the sprite something thing that allows us all to have custom sprites.
Wow.
You know, and then you have Matto does a lot of the coding stuff, and then you have Amoeba does a lot of the background changes to where you can have different tile sets and everything. Like he works for hours doing that. I've watched him live stream it before. It's a lot of work to do that. And then Sam does thousands of hours recording videos. So does Aussie. And then there's a lot of people that are involved in this entire process.
Yeah, and it's only getting better.
Absolutely.
It's only getting better. So
Which you
I thank you all.
You can thank NN and Sam and all those people for coming up with the most curse tech too. So
Yeah. Well, in medium normal, at least we're not dealing with that.
and Matto is way better than what he gives himself credit for, because him and Aussie record some pretty cursed videos that I'm like, why did you do this? Like, don't do this.
I don't want to have to do this in a scene. Why?
Look up some of the Beyond tech. You'll question why it's a thing.
Wow. Beyond. I don't.
You know,
can't even
maybe I'm
imagine.
just better off not knowing.
Yeah.
You might
Ignorance is
be.
bliss. Ignorance is bliss.
Well, the part that will make you sick is you see Aussie do it, and then he'll replicate it live in a race, and you're like, I hate
Huh?
you.
The skill ceiling in this video game is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's infinite. Wow.
All right. Yeah. So just want to say thank you to everyone, myself. I really appreciate it. It was a great race. My first time doing this type of race. This tournament is. I mean, I started playing this game in like January when watching SM for
Nice.
years, and I was finally like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure out how to play this game. And,
Dude, you're
my
really
first-
good. You're really good. Started in January. You're amazing, dude. Great.
Thank you.
You're great.
I got a ways to go, so we'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for doing this. Have an amazing Sunday. Thank you for doing this on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I appreciate y'all hopping in after the first game.
Yeah, and Beardness words. Thanks for the mentoring. And Aussie and the rest of the crew for a commentary and tracking and
Yeah, Slam on tracking. Appreciate you.
dude, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I
Thanks,
expect to see you
Beardness.
guys
doing the first
both
race.
in
Slam.
hard tricky soon.
I will. I'll try. I'll be Papa Turtle.
Like it's well, especially off of this seed, you guys did both pretty well considering how this map layout was kind of brutal for a medium for the start. Like
Really
I didn't get to watch you in this one, but you clearly did way better in the second race than you did the first one, Antonio.
Yeah,
So
I did.
I
I
could
had.
see I could see you both in Hard Tricky soon. I'm just saying.
I
So.
will. I love playing hard tricky, but like competitively, I'm nah. Takes me like 2 hours, an hour and a half, the most.
One of the things that I saw Spiffy do a bunch of, for Spiffy Thomas, like how he would prepare before tournaments and everything else, and I had Kale do it before we started.
Mhm.
Basically, you just generate a seed that you're not going to play,
Okay.
and you open up the logic, and you look at the map, try to familiarize yourself with the rooms, and be like, okay, well, what did I just get right here? Cool. What would I do with that? Where would I go next? How can I progress to the next spot? And you just kind of pick your route based off of what you don't know, essentially, just like how you would be playing it. And it helps you kind of break it down. And then if you're wrong, you're like, well, why was I wrong? And then you kind of can look at the logic that's on the spoiler and kind of do that a few times. And then it makes it seem like it's a little more blueprinted for the next time when you actually do play a seed. It's not foolproof, but it at least gets you in the right mindset.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. The spoiler page, by the way, is amazing on maprando.com. Like we've already talked a lot about the devs and the
stays
work they put
open
in,
on
but the spoiler map is incredible compared to every other randomizer I played. It's so user friendly and so helpful to read and see what's happening.
Which it's only gotten better and better. They've added those steps in there, and they'll show flash suits and everything in the logic on there for when you get harder, of course. But the only thing that is confusing if you didn't already know, is that sometimes on the return route it will choose something that's not necessarily the only way. It just chooses a way, so it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it that way.
Yep.
Well, amazing. I gotta study. I got homework.
Yeah.
Gotta practice my fancy.
Everyone's always getting better. The only time I ever see Aussie usually not win if he's in the lobby, it's because he tried to do something that was absolutely ridiculous, and it just ended up being slower. But other than that, Aussie usually somehow god routes the whole thing.
Yeah, he's like a wizard.
Well, you write the logic, you kind of know it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so much to learn about this game.
For sure.
Endless improvement.
I want to see Aussie versus Nito and Sam in a Beyond Seed.
Whoa. I want to see that too. I'll be tuning in.
Thanks everyone here for showing us the race. We all had fun watching it. So GG's to both Antonio and Kalemega. You're both still in the tournament.
Cool.
And
Yeah, best of luck. And who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths again.
Yes, Kale.
Maybe.
I'll be back stronger than ever.
Good.
GG's, Kale. Amazing race. Thanks for doing this. And thanks again to Aussie, Slam, and Beardness and Words for doing this. Spending your Sunday with us. So have a nice rest of the day and catch you guys soon.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
race-
All right. Do we all stream here?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
If we do, yeah, viewers, come hang out. Come stop by, follow. I'd love to see you guys again.
I'll follow each and every one of you. So thanks a lot.
Closing up here, we still have a race on SpeedGaming 3, which I think is still happening. And then there are 2 more sets today. We have SpeedGaming 4 at 5, and then SpeedGaming 2 at 8. So even more Super Metroid Mentor Tournament on today, the busiest of Sundays. Races all day. So you can stick around on the SpeedGaming network of channels if you want to catch more Super Metroid randomizer action.
Can I say one last thing there, Aussie?
Go for it.
If you're wanting to mentor and you know what you're doing, they're definitely always needing more There's like today we were pretty much tapped out for the first match because every mentor was already mentoring and or
Yeah.
doing other things. So if it's something that you know about and you're familiar with it, like, and you're wanting to dip your toe into teaching somebody and helping them, then now is the time.
Yeah, similarly, we also need more volunteers on the Restream crew for handling commentary and tracking. So just send me a message, join the Mentor Tournament Discord, sign up, and help us out if you're interested. But yeah, that'll be it from us here. See you next mission, possibly SpeedGaming 3.